Hey everyone, Mr. Walker here. Today we're looking at starting negative number reviews, and we're going to do our retrieval practice first. So get yourself ready. You need a 10-minute timer for your 6 questions. Here are your 6 questions. Have a good go at these, and then when you've finished, get your green pen ready. Make sure you pause the video. Okay, here are the questions. Nice and clearly written. Get your green pen. Make any any corrections that are required, please. Make sure you do this properly. It's important that we get into these good habits with the starters all the time, and you should already be in that good habit. Well done if you got 6 out of 6, or even 5 out of 6. We always want to be aiming for 4/5 or more. Okay, the contents for negative numbers. Today we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting, so starting with the basics, and then we'll be moving on to adding missing values, and you will also be looking at double signs with me too. For the next few lessons after that, you will be with Mr. McNeil looking at those topics. Okay, so the learning objective today. Be able to understand negative calculations. Whilst you're doing your work at home, there's been some excellent examples sent in by people like Soraya and Eve that I have in my class, and they have done amazingly well, keeping the good habits, writing their learning objective, underlining, using good grammar, our capital letters, etc. And when it comes to the structure of the work, they also kept the consistency in the I do and we do, making sure those were underlined, making sure they had an example or two down that they did with the teacher, and then making sure that they did their practice and independent tasks very neat and tidy, just like we've been practicing in class. So well done, people that are following that structure even at home. Let's keep that up. So back to this, the success criteria. We're looking at how I identify how adding and subtracting negative minus numbers, how to do that, and completing basic calculations. So that's what we're looking at focusing on today, and we get our nice first blue star when we've done that. Okay, so here are some examples of negative numbers, and they're highlighted in red here. So here's nice and easy -5, and we've got lots of -5s in different calculations with more value in each calculation. So you've got your minus symbol. Okay, so here's our first I do. So it's asking me to take 4 away from -2. So I'm starting at -2 on the number line, which is 2 below 0. -1, -2. And it's asking me to minus another 4. So that's telling me I need to go this way and keep going into the minuses. So I'm going to go -3, -4, and I need 2 more, and I end up at -6. So the answer for this question, this first one on the I do, is -6, because I've taken 4 away from that -2. Okay, pause the video and have a go at the we do, please. Well done if you got -7. -5, take 2 is -7. Alright, another I do. So this time I'm starting at -1 on the number line, just 1 below 0. And it's asking me to take away 6. So this negative -1, and I'm taking away 6. So I need to go to the left again, just like we've been practicing. And that's going to get me to -7. Pause the video and have a go at the other we do. Well done if you put the answer as -10. Just like the I do, you started at -1 on the number line and you had to take 9 away, going to the left down to -10 and the negative numbers. Okay, here's some more examples. This time we've got 3 values. So I've got -1, let's say we're starting there, just one below 0, and we need to take 4 off and then 2 off. Well, if we add them 2 together, that's just -6. So we just need to go to the left and take -6 off this -1. -6. Oh, subtract 6 from this -1, shall I say? Subtract 6. And that's going to take us to -7. Seems to be a popular answer at the minute. Pause the video and do the we do, please. So if you subtracted 5 from -1, well done. That's the answer. Okay, on to the next I do. So notice here we've got our addition symbol now, and we're still starting in the minuses on the number line. So we're right down, here's 0 and we're right down at -7. Now it's asking us to +4. So if we're adding, we're going to have to now go back to the right, back towards 0. So -7 + 4. Well, that's going to take me somewhere in this gap here to -3. -6, -5, -4, -3. I've +4. Pause the video and have a go at the we do. Great effort if you've got 3 here and got this correct. Starting at -9, picture that number line, and we need to +12. Well, if we +9 and get to 0, that leaves us with only 3 left to add on. So 0 add 3 is 3. Okay, a couple more examples to get through here. Back to that I do. Okay, so we're starting at 4 this time. We're starting at +4, and we need to -7. We need to take away 7 and subtract it. So we start 4 on the number line. We take off 4, we get to 0. How many do we have left to take away? We have 3 left to take away. So we're going to end up at -3 as our answer. Pause the video, have a go at the we do. Okay, the answer was -5. We should be starting to get good at these now. Onto the I do. 4 take 13. Well, if I get to 0, I take 4 off 13. So that leaves me with 9 left. So then all I need to do is go into the minuses, take 9 off, and I'm going to end up at -9, and that would be my answer. Pause the video and have a go at the we do, please. So slightly bigger number to work with, taking away 15, and it should end up at -6, negative -6. Well done if you got that right. The next I do, so we want to, again, we've practiced one of 2 of these, -4, starting in the minuses, in the negative number section, and we're plusing 13. So let's get to 0. So we're going to +4 to get to 0. So that means we've got 9 left to add on of that 13. So that's going to get us to the right, all the way to 9 would be the answer. Pause the video and do the we do. On this occasion, we should have had the answer of 1 on the we do. Well done if you got that right. Okay, I do. -2 + 3 subtract 6. Let's follow it in that order. So we're starting at -2. We know where our 0 is. We need to +3, so that's going to take us to 1. So we've moved to the right because we've gone +3. Now it's asking us to subtract 6, so we're going to end up going back down the number line the other way into the minuses again, into the negative numbers. So from 1 we need to subtract 6, and that's going to get us to -5. Okay, pause the video, have a go at the we do. The answer this time was -7. Well done if you got that right. Okay, this looks like our last example. Lots of working examples here, so well done for sticking these out. You should be really good at this at the end of it. So the I do, -4 + 4, nice and easy, 0. Pause the video, have a go at the we do. Yep, you got it right, 0 again. Okay, on to the fun part. This is where you guys fully take over. We need to evaluate all these sums here. Okay, 10-minute marker, set your timer, and let's try and work through all these. Pause the video whilst you're doing this, and then when you're ready, we'll reveal the answers. Okay guys, here are your answers. Get your green pen, tick away as I'm positive and feeling confident that you're doing really well with these. Make sure you make any corrections. Always aiming for that 80% mark. So do some simple maths yourself. There's 15 questions here. What would 80% be of those 15 marks? How many questions do you need to be getting right, or a more extra task? Okay, on to our next question, 2. So which of the following are equal to -9? So you need to, in these 5 questions, work them out and circle, highlight which of those are equal to -9. And on the next set, it's asking you to do the same thing, question 3, but what is equal to -25? So some more higher numbers here, some more double-digit numbers. So extending your challenge. Pause the video, and when you're ready, press play and you'll get your answers. Okay, so on question 2 we had A, D and E that were equal to 9. On question 3 we had A, B and E. They're all A's, I've just noticed. Sorry about that. Okay, so well done if you're been doing well with them. Make sure you use your green pen as always and make corrections. It's very important. Make those corrections and notice where you went wrong. So in today's lesson, we set out on the challenge of being able to understand negative number calculations, and we've started some basic ones there. So we said we was going to identify some basics. We did lots of examples, and you've worked through some sets of questions, and I'm sure that you did very well on those. Just quickly, we always like to reflect, and we always have a set of questions, and it's important. Please ask yourself, what have you found easy in today's lesson? And what did you find particularly tricky? Even if you got over that tricky part by the end of the lesson, it's important to say, what was it and why was it? And then lastly, how will you improve on what you've learned? And if you was doing really well, what would be the next step? What would be the next challenge? Would it be bigger numbers that we use, bigger values? Would it be adding lots of numbers in the sequence? So it could be 6, making sure that you're extending yourself and pushing yourself. And can you explain this? Okay, as we've noticed, and I mentioned it briefly at the start, pupils sending in the work from home are getting rewarded, and they're getting top awards, which is worth 2 points. So when you're doing that at home, make sure you're sending your work into your class teacher, and it then gets passed on, and it is recognised by the head of maths, Mrs. McKay. So don't forget to do that and keep them good habits at home. Well done on today's lesson, everyone.